Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about modules 12 and 13 in this video. Module 12 is going to be our architecture module. We're going to be learning about both ancient and modern architecture. We have a modern architecture worksheet to complete for our project for that module. And then in module 13, we're going to be dealing with design styles. And I also have a second documentary for this semester we're going to be watching. It's really cool. It's on this older couple, Herb and Dorothy, that amassed this like $27 million art collection, although she was just a librarian and he was a postal worker. So not really glamorous jobs, but they were able to attain like all this art. It's a great story, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll have a quiz as usual in the second of those modules. So let's head over to Canvas. I'll walk you through what you need to know for the next 2 weeks. All right, here we are on the Canvas site. We're going to go into module 12 first. Up top, we have our usual material, such as our video you're watching, our action plan for the week, and my office hours every Wednesday from 3 to 7. After that, we have our lectures, the first one on ancient architecture, our study guide, followed by the further exploration section. Here we have some readings, and we also have some really great videos, one on the orders of Greek architecture. There's only 3 there that we really need to concentrate on, the Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. That'll actually go over during the lecture. And then a really fantastic building is the Pantheon, so make sure to watch that video as well. Following that, we'll bring it up to date with modern architecture. We've got our lecture, study guide, and further exploration section. Again, we do have a quick reading here, and then we have some cool websites. For Falling Water, which is actually this building down here, we have the website, also its Facebook page, which is constantly updated. The Stahl House, we have our website, also a list of case study houses that are around Southern California. Case study houses are a Southern California project. Next thing we'll cover will be the journal entry. For the journal entry, we're going to have an article to read. It's scary to think that this article is now a quarter of a century old, but right around the year 2000 we had issues with this really great building that Frank Lloyd Wright had designed and built back in the 1930s. You'll read about all the problems the building had and what the engineering firm had to go through in order to repair and preserve the home. The final question down here, question 3, just asks you an opinion question. Should the client or architect have the final word in the building's design? It does have to be one or the other. It cannot be both. We'll then take a look at our architecture worksheet. The worksheet itself is something you need to use. That is what you're going to submit. So with this project, you're going to be choosing a modern building to do more research on. The only caveats would be that it cannot be from the lecture and it cannot be from any of the examples below. So make sure to check those out prior to completing this project. As far as what makes a modern building, it does have to be built between the years 1850s and the 1950s. It has to be made with the skeleton and skin system, and it also has to be made with modern materials such as glass, concrete, and steel. There are many modern buildings you can choose from, so if you do have any questions, please reach out via email and I can help you. Insert a picture of the building here. It can be multiple pictures if you wish. What is the name of the building, its location, when it was constructed, so all the facts go in the section for number 2. For section 3, provide information about the architect or architectural firm. Question 4, major construction materials. Question 5, what makes the building modern? Why did you end up choosing this building for number 6? And for 7, list at least 3 academic level sources where you got your research from. Wikipedia would not be considered an academic level source. I do have some examples from past students here, and again, none of these buildings can be used for the project. What I'm looking for, bottom line, is when you are done with this project, having filled out all the sections, I'm looking for about 25 to 30 lines of text that you've written. And the project is worth 40 points. It is due on April 27th. However, you do have until May 4th as a grace period to get it turned in, and there are no points deducted as long as it's in by May 4th. That is Module 12. Module 13 is going to be on design styles, and we also have a documentary. So design styles, lecture, study guide, and in the further exploration section, I have a couple website links. One is to the Museum of Neon Art, which I think is a really cool museum here in Los Angeles, and also the Art Deco Society of Los Angeles is filled with a lot of information, and they're a very active society in terms of protecting all of these wonderful Art Deco buildings that we have in Los Angeles. During the lecture, I'll talk about the Chrysler Airflow. It is a crummy car. It was only in production for about 4 years, but it was one of the more beautiful cars. And this is a walkthrough with Jay Leno on his own Chrysler Airflow. After that, the documentary on Herb and Dorothy. Herb and Dorothy, as I mentioned earlier, are an older couple from New York. They've lived there their entire lives, and they were very avid art collectors. So what's great about this video is that we have interviews with very famous artists who are aging and who have actually now passed away, people like Christo and Jean Claude. So we actually get to hear and see them and talk about the art they created, their interaction with Herb and Dorothy, and it's really quite a wonderful video. I do normally suggest breaking these up into like 45-minute to an hour sittings because with a 2-hour documentary, sometimes it can get a little bit boring. The movie guide, that's what you're going to turn in for your journal here for journal number 12. For further exploration, there's just one quick video because they did make a sequel. I have not seen it, so I have not heard anyone who has seen it, but they did make it. And then we have our quiz. The quiz is 20 questions, true, false, multiple choice, and it does deal with architecture, ancient and modern, design styles, and Herb and Dorothy. And let's take a quick look at the movie guide. So on this movie guide here, you're going to have a lot to put down for Herb and Dorothy, and probably not a lot for any of the other individuals. Although these are all famous artists, they are all interviewed, you'll get just a little blurb about each of them, but then that's really kind of it. But I just wanted to list the most famous artists that you're going to see in this film. More time should be spent on the questions, explain the ways the Vogels built their art collection. Could someone do today what the Vogels did back 75 years ago? Why was art so powerful in their lives? Your thoughts on minimalist art? How did the Vogels impact the art community? And the way that the Vogels got rid of their art collection. Was it the right thing to do? So that's, of course, at the very end of the film. And that should be everything for modules 12 and 13. If you have questions, you're always more than welcome to email me, and always you can stop by my office hours on Wednesdays from 3 to 7. With that, I will see you shortly with modules 14 and 15.